About 80% of the people in America that hear me go, oh, geez, here's a crazy conservative on TV screaming about the dangers of video games. But like it or not, here's the point tonight. We are training our kids to be killers, and we are training our sons to treat women like whores.
Sells and stows violence against its own people through vicious, violent video games.
I'd just make a quick point that 60 years ago, under the instruction of a psychologist named Dr. Frederick Wertheim, who wrote a book called Seduction of the Innocents, you know it was considered the principal threat from the part of young people? Comic books. And they were censored out of existence, the violence one by the New York Comics Code Authority. And every time there's a new medium, it is pointed to as the source of horrible behavior. It's comic books, it's rock and roll, it's video games. Back in the days of Pac-Man.
Apply that to whether it causes societal aggression or societal violence. And particularly if you look at the societal data during the past few decades where video games have both become more popular and more graphic, youth violence has declined to its lowest levels in 40 years, and other nations that consume as much media or video games as we do have much lower violence rates. So we're just not seeing this kind of correlation between media culture and societal violence across nations.
Well, let's get very clear that understanding Jared Loughner is not going to be done on the basis of political ideology. This was a disorganized, delusional, disruptive kid who clearly, based on the ubiquitous evidence on the internet, with the caveat that we haven't seen him, was suffering from a psychotic disorder, most likely schizophrenia. Let's take the videos.
This one. What?
It's a deal. No background check, it's not needed for a private sale. But the seller is legally required to check ID, like a driver's license, to make sure the buyer is not from out of state. In this case, no identification asked for, no paperwork, not even a question like, what are you going to do with it?